Good evening. Nice push up there at open, huh? Let me see kind of what happened into close. Yeah, looks like we ripped. I did take this long right here that I had marked out. Looks like that ended up being an excellent entry. However, I got stopped out because I scaled at this small, there's a very small 1 minute gap there. I scaled there and then it retested my entry, stopped me out. And that ended up being the low there. Looks like I left the computer because we had with that baseball game, but ended up getting canceled. But this did end up being the, we pushed up 120 points off that into the close. So that's quite interesting. Tapped that 22,000 and rejected hard off 22K. We didn't really open up with a gap or anything, did we? No, not really. What up, SH? I don't like trading at this time, but I'm jumping on the PC to do some stuff, and so I figured, hey, while we're here, while we're here, may as well get a little stream going. Let's see what we can do. So that's what I'm doing. I do have some accounts. I got a couple of evals I can trade. Gonna connect Bulenox here. We will jump in on a Bulenox account. Looking at the 5 minute here, it's actually missed it. Missed a short setup on the 5. I think that was earlier though, right? Yeah. So let's mark some of this out here. And then this would have been like this afternoon. So what up, Donovan? Sergio, how's it going? So that would have been the entry tonight. Short entry, 939. First level, 920. Just kind of watching here. Let me switch over. How do I switch? Okay, yeah. Forget how to switch connections. We'll go to MNQ here. Bulenox. Definitely not going to trade the funded. What up, Kenny? How's it going, Sergio? Yeah, a little Asia. Asia's crazy. Maybe. I think like 77, 78, and 79. So let's try to establish bias here. If we look at the 15-minute chart, it's not that clean. But you could say if we closed below this, if we inverse this, that we probably see this low. See if the hourly's any cleaner. Not really. Zabak, what up? Life ain't nothing but preparation for the angels and the demons. When the soul and the body separate, that's death. Uh-oh. Oh. So yeah, the 15 minutes not really that clean. The 5 minutes, not really that clean either. I guess we'll have to just go with the 15 here. We will just watch. We can just watch this small gap. We do not have to mark out the entire gap because we'll know if it closed below this that we would anticipate a move lower at that point. We did leave the relative equal lows on the hourly down there at 732-ish. So we have some relative equal lows down here in this area on the hourly, as you can see right there. I was kind of surprised we did not hit that earlier today. Lunatic, what up? Nah, we didn't blow anything up. You know, a little English, your calmness is inspiring, but I will return to the charts on Thursday. All right, appreciate you, Sergio. Thank you. Thank you for being here. 15-minute, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything clean here. So we will be on micros here. We'll look for something that makes sense. I don't really know. And see what the ES is at. 6029. What up, Trader Oracle? How you doing? I mean, you could maybe consider a bounce in this area. Really, it looks like it's moving kind of slow here. Let's check a couple of things out here and see. I was going to backtest a little bit this afternoon, but I'm just going to kind of do that off to the side. I'm going to do a little backtesting. What's this range, though? Looks, I mean, that's 110 points. That's a lot more. I mean, like, that's more than the morning range for, like, the first hour. We were, like, 75 points or something. That wick on the 15 minutes, 100 points? Yeah. Reclaim had Jixer Stunton. Welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You demand. What did ES do on that push up there? We do have CPI tomorrow. 6055. 6047. I'm going to read the newsletter here and see what's up. Don't want to just jump in here and, like, you know, just jump into a trade. We'll be careful and see if we find something that makes sense. Okay, let's see here. All right, just kind of reading here. Would read it out to you guys, but there's no point in it. Mancini still holding a 10% runner from 6014 reclaim yesterday morning, or this morning. Not much to really do today. Here it's saying. You're watching X-Files? Uh-oh. The account is gone? Nah, it's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. All right. So anyways, it's kind of what we're looking at here. We're looking at the 15 minutes, see if this holds. We're back to the initial balance high from earlier today. We had a cross here. This was a touch, but I don't actually like how close everything was there. So a retest of the 910, 912 area could be an interesting spot to enter a short. But I don't know. I'm not sure of it. We'll see. Could be an interesting spot. What's gold doing? Wow, we actually had a breakout on gold right there. Long would have been at 348. Your first resistance is 355. And your next level is there. Missed that. Nice little breakout there on the 5-minute for gold. I wasn't on the charts though. All right, let me know, Lunatic, what direction we're going. Looks like we're going down right now, down. Although we did just run some liquidity here. Maybe we're going to bounce in this area, kind of back into that chop zone from earlier, from 12. ES is retesting the 6029. I'm going to do some back testing, but on this other chart, off stream, I will let you guys know how the back test is going. I don't know if I can do it on FX Replay. Do they have the seconds chart on FX Replay yet? Do you guys know? ES and Nasdaq both at IBH right now from earlier today. I mean, you could stab long here. I mean, it would be decent, stab long. We're on micros here. I could stab long here, but... 56 points to the downside because we were halfway the previous candle. Yeah. Competition for Stock Tiger? Yeah, no. I don't stream enough, just occasionally, you know, on those days to be a competition. I hate that I have to do this like this, but it is what it is. So we'll go back to Friday. A little pump here. I'm a little tempted to go long here, but we'll wait. Give it a little bit of time. So how's everybody doing tonight? Are you green, red? What's the deal? I'm just watching here, trying to read here. Silver's looking good to go long. We need to pull back, and we'll be going long. Yeah, I'm not watching silver right now, but I don't usually look at silver. I'll usually keep an eye on gold, but silver's probably pushing it for me a little bit. Let's see how. All right, let's see here. Yeah, that's not a good sign. So you would take like, what will you lose there? Like 17 points. What up, Sean? Hide the Cucumber World Champ. No, that's Dale. That's Dale. Hide the Cucumber World Champ. Guys, they canceled our game on us tonight. I was like so amped up for it. I was looking forward to it, and then apparently a a storm came and destroyed the fields, and so they canceled it. So a little bit annoyed, but they rescheduled it for tomorrow. The problem is, I mean, we have rain in the forecast all week, so it might be kind of difficult to get the tournament in there. I mean, I might... I'm going to go ahead and assume that we just continue lower here. And I'll probably take profit. Somewhere down here. Dell hides bigger objects than a cucumber? Dang, Dell. Dell's hiding bigger objects than a cucumber. 918 will be my stop. $57. Good old Dell. Oh, good old Dell. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. I'm backtesting this kind of mechanical thing. So far, it's not looking too very promising. So, not too promising. I mean, it's okay. Looks like I probably should be keeping up with the stats. It's kind of like that MOC play. Like when it hits, it's good. But when it doesn't hit, you're screwed. That sort of thing. Sometimes when you go camping, you always look out for ticks in grassland. In the bushes, I get 40 ticks. I know Lyme disease is coming. The life of a trader. Yeah, ticks are nothing to play around with, you know? What are you guys thinking for CPI tomorrow? I'm thinking the pump continues. What do you guys think? That short off 22K is just banging. Oh, are we actually at? I guess we are. I am shorting into the lows. It's not a smart thing to do. I never said I was a smart man. I do like the ES is pushing a little lower here. I might look for like 5 points here with bigger size. Let me do that. I'm going to go for 5 points here. It's basically like with a mini or so. So like 80. Look for a little 80 move here. Give me $100, and then I'll basically be free rolling on this trade. Let me see, 86. So like $50 is somewhere in there. Should be able to hit my 80 target though. We'll just leave it on. We'll just leave it on, see if we can hit the 80. It came 1.75 away from it. So the idea here is to take 10 off here. Actually, we could just take... We'll take 9 off here. And then... and then we will basically free roll this trade. Getting a little influx of volume here. A little volume. If ES reclaims the 29, I guess I'll get out. And we'll kind of see what happens here. Let's get some music or something going here. Okay, appreciate you, lunatic. Shorting the bottom is always good. It's what we do best. Nice little push back up. Need to get this to close back below this area here. Trav, I've not tried them yet. I do have a code with them, but they're not one that I've tried so far. I have a code with them if you want to give them a try, but I've not personally tried them. I don't know a lot about them. I don't know anyone who's gotten paid. I don't know any of that. So take all of that with a grain of salt. Holding below the whole number here, 21,900. Andy. You the man. is the code. It's just Trav. Good old It's or Myth, but I'm pretty sure it's I think the only one that was Myth was Funded Futures Network and APEX. We may just hold this trade. It's not something I normally do, but we'll see. I don't really have like a bias here. Oh, that's a huge push there. Every Bulenox I have bought for the past 2 years has been with your code. Hey, you the man. Thanks, Trav. Appreciate you. Yeah, I like Bulenox. I've got 3 fundeds with them, and then I've got 4 pending that are passed, so I got to get those over the limit. And then I got these 3 that I'm working on right now that are basically brand new. Let me see here. Oh, I guess this one I hadn't even taken any trades on, so this is the first trade on it. What I may do is just average in at the 50, and we'll try to take these off. I don't think it'll get our average to 94, but we'll probably try to get out of this if we can. So 20, that'll have us basically in 3 minis. That might bring our average up to like 95, 96. And we'll probably just pull the stops up to get out of there. What up from Brazil, Lucas? How you doing? Doing pretty good, Lucas. This trade's not looking so good right now, but we're doing all right. So what I'll probably do here is try to get out of this. What will we be in? If we get tagged in here, we'll be in 31. So we'll go ahead and go 31. We're going to try to get out of this for a little profit or break even. So I want to see a rejection off 904 area. Tagged in, and then I just looked for this thing to come back into the 96. Stop will be 14. We'll be down like 1,000 if it hits. But I'm expecting a pullback at least back into my break even. We're in this heavy, so very heavy. Let's see a pullback into like the 96 here. The 9 and 200 EMA are right here on the 5-minute. Nice. So we just kind of popped above it, I guess, huh, Kenny? I might go ahead and add to this, try to get out of this, just work myself out. It's dangerous to do this, but all right, we're in 51. I'm just going to try to get out of this, not even trying to make money. Just try to get out of it. I got my stop where I would normally have it at this trade anyway. It's just holding here. It's not good for me. I would like to have had a faster reaction there. Just not getting it. I don't like that the ES is kind of creeped back above the 29 there. If we can get back below the 904s, I think we can push back into my entry there, but we'll see. What up, Francis? How you doing? Good evening. We are getting wrecked. May as well just go ahead and go full port here, huh? And try to get out of it. All right, we can only go 4 more. So there we go. We're full port. Port of full. Might get wrecked. I don't like it hanging out here like this, so. See if the ES can work its way back below the 29 for a moment. Doesn't look like it right now. We might wreck it. Got the stop in, got the break even in, take profit. So we'll just see what happens. I'm not confident in it. Just trying to work myself out of the trade. Sometimes doing that is the worst thing. I swear, this strategy that I'm testing... Oh, this is an eval, Francis. No big deal. It's just an eval, right? Eval, yeah. Yeah, you made me question myself for a second. This is kind of consolidating here, looking like it wants to go higher. So, we did hold that small 15-minute gap down there. I mean, I could just eat this right here, but just eat the $800. But I don't think it's unreasonable to think we can retest the 900 here either and get me out. So we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. So yes, pulling back there 29.25. Just a little retest of that whole number is all we want. You know, you now officially copy trade. Let's go. Gangsta Treff. Gangsta Treff. All right, I don't like that bounce. I wanted to see it push back through that 50 EMA there. Come on, give me a little push lower. Just test the 900 again. It will sell once my TP hits. That would be funny, wouldn't it? If it hit this and then went a lot lower. So are you saying I should move this lower? Nah, I'm not going to be greedy. I just want to get out of the trade. I'm going to move my stop down. So if it makes a new high here, it's probably just going to go. But I am going to be ready to close this trade if it hits the 9.0, gets below my entry here. If we can get through the 50 here, we should be able to retest it. Ugh. Caught the short. Let's go, Wiser. Unit 2 Zabak. Nice. I caught the bottom of it. We caught the bottom. We sold the bottom. I just want to get out of this. I don't even care about making any money on it at all. Just give me out break even, and I'll be okay with that. Live to see another day. Or stop me out. That's fine too. Just get me out of it. There we go. I'll take it. Negative $30. 21,915. I will sell. Yeah, that might make more sense, huh? I mean, if I'd sold, if my exact entry was the 50 touch, you know, 4 points of profit with really no drawdown, 5 points of drawdown. This might be a better spot to long, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't even care if it sells here. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, guys and gals. If you are new here, if you could hit that subscribe button, you'll be helping me out tremendously. Do appreciate it. Hit the like button if you are not new here, but you have subscribed. So I'll show you guys what I'm backtesting here. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mentioned it on the stream earlier. It's nothing new, right? A lot of people play the opening range break. Looked in the mirror and realized I'm officially ugly now. Male gossip, what up? So a lot of people play like the 5-minute orb or the 15-minute orb. I don't know. I saw a guy trading the 15-second orb, and so I decided to look at it. It looks like the win percentage right now is probably like 60%, but on some of the days, like this day here, like this day here is what, 170 points. You're just looking for the break above, the break below. I don't know. It looks like it's about a 50-50 win rate. So you might could dedicate an account to it or something and take it every day. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not really deep enough into it to have an opinion on it yet. The win rate's definitely not high. I can tell you that. Probably 50%. So you would have to have more than a 1-to-1 in order for it to make money. You trade the 5-hour opening range? Perfect. Perfect. Never heard of the 5-hour. I don't know. This guy was talking about it. He's like, oh, yeah, I make money every day with this. You know how people say that. And I don't take anybody's word for anything. I just look at it myself. I was curious. I was like, you know, it could be something. Sometimes the simplest things do work, but in this case, I don't think it's like, you know, huge. It's not a huge success or anything. You also got to kind of figure out like what should be your standard take profit and that sort of thing. You can't really go with like the size of the candle because it's going to happen so quick. So but there are days where it does bang. Where, you know, 50, 75, 100 points. You might just take it with a micro or something. I don't know who it is, Trader House. I can't remember the guy's name. I saw somebody on TikTok talking about it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'll take a look at it. But I don't remember the guy's name. It could be that guy. I don't know. I don't know who Max is. I would love to give him credit for it, but to be honest, I wasn't paying that close attention. It's an interesting concept, though. I mean, you get some points for sure on every trade, right? It looks like you get some points. It might be a candidate for like maybe big size. Maybe you full port 7 minis for like whatever, take it on an account that you can hyper scalp on. Maybe go 10 minis for 2 points with maybe a 2 or 3 point stop. Maybe. So I don't see any of the breaks that aren't giving at least, a few points to begin with. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, exactly, Trader House. I'm that way too. I don't think that's why you never hear me I don't bash anybody who trades differently than me, right? Because there's so many ways to make money in this market. And if you found your way of making the money, then that's all that matters. If it differs from me, I mean, you could be looking short, I could be looking long. We still could both make money, right? But that's how volatile the NQ is. You can still both make money, even if you're looking in opposite directions. I mean, there are some days, though, where this is just huge winner. Like, I wonder if there would be a way to try to capture. I mean, I don't know. It'd be hard to try to capture all these points, though. All right, pop in here. Glad to get out of that trade. You trade ICT? Yeah, I do too. I mean, I like inversions. So you had one here. You delivered from the 15. It's not that obvious. 3 points on the 1 minute. Delivered from a 15. Swept all this liquidity here. These obvious wicks. So this would normally be like a long setup for me. You had nice momentum. Go break even here and hold the runner. That's why I wasn't a fan of the short setup. I got short down here, right? And then once it kind of V-shaped off that, I wasn't a fan of it. I just wanted to get out. You like upside down cakes? Do you slap them or what do you do, Yoji? Do you slap? Well, I mean, what kind of cakes are we talking about here? Edible cakes or other kind of cakes? What are we talking about here? Got to get down to the dirty deets so I know what we're talking about. I mean, I don't know. It is kind of interesting, but is it sustainable? I mean, you'd have to take into account some slippage, especially if you're using larger size. If it has hair, you pull it. Not all cakes like that. Just saying. Got to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm so bummed they canceled our game tonight, man. That really bummed me out there. I was looking forward to it. If you don't know, I'm the all-star coach for the 14U all-star team. I was also the regular season coach. We went 9-0. And so I'm looking to do some damage here in the all-star tournament, but we just didn't get it there yet. Didn't get to go. DJ Nitro 75, welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. Are there any update on Apex rules? Not really. I mean, they're pretty much the same as they always have been. They came out with a couple of emails, but to me, those emails meant nothing because nothing really changed. Nothing changed. I mean, basically, those rules They like, oh, if you're breaking the current rules, then this. But if you're not breaking the current rules, you don't, I mean, it means nothing to you. And that's my situation. I don't break the rules. I've never been denied a payout. Never. Not one time have I ever been denied a payout. So they can put in whatever rule they want. I don't care. Because I've never been denied a payout. I follow the rules. Good morning from London at 3 a.m. What up, Mo? Why are you still awake? Opening range pre-futures was crazy. 200-point opening move, 800 ticks. Nice. Let's go, Trev. Nice job. Does anyone here know how to get rid of old take-profit accounts in Quantower? Yes, Intmont, we do. You need to open up a chat, if you will, with Take Profit Trader and tell them to nix those accounts out of there. I had to do it like once every month or so. I'd have to jump onto a chat and make sure to include the account numbers. Just screenshot them, send them a screenshot and say, hey, can you remove these? And they'll do it. It's a quick and painless process. You don't even have to stay on the chat. If you include everything you want, the account numbers and removal from Quantower or Rhythmic, then you don't even have to stay on the chat. Just put it and send it. If Mo's drinking coffee at 3 a.m., then whew, it's going to make for a long night. Morning. Amelia, what up? Yeah, I just got home. Was going to do a little back testing. Decided to jump on for a little stream here. I might make a video doing this back testing and actually keep the stats. I'm not writing the stats down right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot of losers, depending upon how many points you're looking for. I'm thinking that this needs to be like a hyper scalp type deal. And maybe you leave a runner on if you can. Maybe one of those hyper scalp trade strategies where you take 2 or 3 points with very big size, and then you have like an auto break even come in and leave one runner just to see if it can go. But I don't think this is something that's going to be sustainable there. How do you get yourself out of a bad run of trading? Feels like everything I touch turns to shit. Mo, I've kind of been in that exact same spot over the last 2 weeks. I would say go back to whatever made you successful to begin with, right? So for me, last year, all of last year, I traded one mini. And I either had a 10-point take profit with a 10-point stop, 15 with a 15, 20 with a 20, right? Well, going into this year with the extreme volatility that we had when Trump came in, I had to move over to micros. Well, going to micros doesn't necessarily mean that you trade any better or any worse, right? But what it did for me was it actually made me overtrade, because I would take a loss on micros that might be $120 that normally would be, say, $400 on a mini. Well, if I took a $400 loss on a mini last year, I just walked away. I was done for the day. I took one trade, win, lose, indifferent, I walked away. So sizing down for me actually had the opposite effect. I feel like, oh, I'm only down $100 instead of just eating that loss and walking away, which is what I should do. Because if my average winning day is 100, I want to keep my average losing day at 100 as well, right? Just for example. Well, I took more trades. I take more trades trading micros and end up with bigger losses, if not similar losses to what I would have had if I traded a mini. So, you know, what did I do? Did I go back to trading minis? No. I'm going back to trying to just take one trade per day. Now today, I didn't do that. I took 6 trades today. We ended up green. I was green about $90. But I broke the rule. I took 6 trades, right? So I'm still even battling it to this moment. It's just a mentality thing. You just got to go back to what made you successful to begin with, if you were successful, right? and kind of get back to that. I personally want to start back trading a mini. That's what I want to do. I want to start back trading a mini and go with a 15-point stop and a 15-point take profit, one trade per day. If it loses, $300. If it wins, $300. That's what I personally want to do. I'm not going to do that yet because I want to get this mentality fixed where I have the ability to take one trade per day using the micros. Then that will tell me that it's safe to push it back up to a mini. So it just kind of goes back to just resetting your rules and following the rules. That's what I would do. Amelia says, or Yoji says, size down, use demo, maybe cut number of trades. Yeah, that makes sense too. Last year you took some time off from trading after a few really bad days, blowing up. Yeah, exactly. Over trading, I mean, like, here's the thing. If you wait, I'm going to give you an example today. I'm going to give you a perfect example from today. If you wait for the right setup, right? The setup that you know and trust, and you take it, and it fails, what's the big deal? There's no big deal, right? That's nothing. That's fine. If you take it and it fails. I'm going to show you what I did today. Let's see if I can find it. Where was it at? Oh, right here. Okay. So today going into open, I saw this. So as you can see on the 9:30 a.m. candle, which would be this candle here. This candle closes at 9:30, right? So I entered short here on the 5-minute break of structure. Now my first target was here. So we opened up, we ripped up, see this wick? And then we pushed back down. And I was in green, like 18 points. I was in green, but I was only in 2 micros, okay? My first target was 808. Actually, I think 809. We never made it to it, and it stopped me out. Well, what happened? I mean, price just chops around, and then boom. So bias was correct. The idea was correct. I just probably should not have taken this trade because we were at market open. I know better than that, right? Because of the volatility. Now, let's go to the 1-minute chart. And this happened while I was in this trade. We swept lower here. We had a little wick. We are delivering from a 3-minute gap over here. So there's a 3-minute fair value gap, like right over here, right? That we deliver from. And I normally am looking for inversions, right? The very first inverse play is what I like, especially if we sweep liquidity and deliver from one. So while I'm in this short, a long triggered on another strategy that I use. Well, clearly, you see that it paid 43 points, right? I should have stopped out here. This should have been my sign to stop out of that trade for a 6-point loss. And I didn't. Even though this is a nice A setup, right? It's not A+, but it's an A setup. And it banged. And it ended up being the cleanest setup of the day. And I missed it because I took a lower probability setup right at open, right? And so just little things like that I go back and look. If I'm a little more patient and I just wait for the setup that I know eventually is going to come, then it's all good. And then I also took this trade here. You know, this off this V shape. I mean, this is V shape, right? Push back up, little manipulation leg, failed to make a new low. I entered long here, dealt with a chop. We had equal highs here, equal highs here. There were equal highs on the 5-minute chart as well for this setup. So, like, you know, this is a better setup, and you can see once this ends up playing out, I mean, it just takes off. So there was opportunities today, even though the price action wasn't that great. I just got to do a better job at picking out the trades that I need to take that are, you know, kind of the higher probability. What up, Red Candles? How you doing? How's it going, Kobil? Got to do a better job at picking those trades out. So, but that trade right there, that last trade is the one that I took to get back into the green. I was down $50 or $60. I took it for a couple $100, called it a day, moved on, right? Gonna try to go tomorrow and try to just pick out the best trade possible. Be patient and one and done. How's it going, Robert? So yeah, I just got to be better at trading those accounts. I feel like I'm stuck in the mud. One step forward, 2 or 3 steps back on my trading. I've been up to $2,000 in profit on the accounts that I'm in right now, and I think right now we're sitting at $700. So I still have a healthy amount of drawdown, you know, $1,200-1,300, but it just feels like I don't. You guys ever get that feeling? Like, oh, $1,200-1,300. Oh man, I got to make something happen. When in reality, you don't. It's plenty, especially trading micros, but you just feel like you have to make something happen. So that's kind of the mentality that I'm trying to give myself. And also, if you've been watching my New York streams, you see that I'm entering trades, not managing them correctly, moving the stop when I'm not supposed to, and then getting stopped out break even on trades that should be winners. And that has a compounding effect as well, right? Because if the trade's supposed to be a winner and I take it off break even, well, one might say, well, you got out break even. Yeah, but now I don't have that winner that I should have to offset that loser that I'm inevitably going to get, that I'm going to have eventually, right? So it's just what it is. Yeah, that's what it's doing to me too, Francis, a little bit. Go back to the weekly, daily, 4-hour. Yeah, I do use those MSG. I use those. I mean, the hourly today, my hourly bias was 732. We had left those relative equal lows down there. I mark them out pre-market every day. So I was thinking that this would get hit all day. I had this low resistance liquidity marked out that we were kind of generating. I waited for the 2-minute. I did take the 2-minute short. So there was a 2-minute short right in here somewhere, you know, from this gap here. Once we finally closed below it on the 2-minute, you know, right here, I entered short and took it for some points. I don't remember, 10 or 15. And then obviously it didn't quite make it to the 732, but yeah, I do look at the higher time frames. I execute on the 1 minute typically. So, what up, Coach Fred? You learn a lot, trade a lot, so I just use 1 to 5 micros. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Market's been crazy, don't beat yourself up. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, MSG. I'm trying to think of, like, you know, simple things, right, to make adjustments. So, just exited. Yeah, dude, I missed the GC. I marked it out here. Oh, wow, it just came back and retested the VWAP. This was your entry here, though. 348.6. That's your first target. That's your second target. Got a nice inverse here, though, on gold. Do we enter this? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth entering. Let's see. Yeah, risk to reward probably not good enough to enter there. You just noticed too? Yeah, 733.5, yeah. I mostly focus on the IFEGs, but Kevin, I do also use a 5-minute breakout, kind of like that bridge strategy on the 5-minute. I do like that. And that's what this was here this morning. The bias was correct. It ended up playing out. This was the close below. I entered here. It was just right at open. I was looking for 30 points and just didn't quite. Got 18 points in profit. You don't move your stop on that, or at least I try not to. And then missed a nice 1 minute long since I was actually short. But, you know, it happens. The long actually did go against bias, and we did have the relative equal lows on the hourly. So, well, it would have been a scary long anyway. What up, Shark Trends? The one thing that has really been a game changer for me is locking myself out after I have a set profit target. Yeah, Shark Trends, I have no problem walking away with profit. The problem is losses. So, yeah, Kevin, I look at the 5-minute inside breaks. Trev is watching the 2 and the 3, but I do watch the 5-minute inside bar, the Harami. We've been using those too. There was a couple of nice Haramis today, but I think one right off the bottom, right here. This is inside bar here. That was very good, and then this one, very good. V shape, boom. Right, those are obvious, and they're at the lows. This is when I see that these work the best, right? This one here, you kind of pair it with this fair value gap here. So you tapped into that gap, you hit OT of this leg, and then put an inside bar there, and banged. And then that one there, same thing. Sweep of liquidity. This one would have been scary because I would have fully been expecting 732 to get tagged. And I actually did not take this long because of that. I was actually short out of this gap thinking that we hit this. But then once this inversed, I got out and flipped long. But yeah, I use those as well. My funded trades, I typically try to stick to just the inside, an IFVG or maybe like a 5-minute break of structure. But yeah. You were green in NYC off Harami plays in Asia session 2. Nice. Let's go. Breaks off stretch PA or after consolidation. Yes, exactly, Kevin. I just generally would say like highs or lows, right? I'm not even watching them tonight because I'm. Let's see how do they play out tonight. Oh, we did have a good one. Yeah, there's a really nice one right here. Look at that one. 55 points, but that's a good 22. Yeah, nice 1 to 2 risk to reward off that one. This little bearish inside bar here also paid. Still paying. 88 points. Yeah, a couple of nice ones tonight. Well, larger time frame, 30-minute, 1 hour, you'll play for a half the TP. Yeah, I can't take those, Trev. I wish I could. You took 24 mics? Man. Trev's like, I like it. I would have taken this short, too, if I'd been on here, because why? I wonder if ES actually... Especially, yeah, we did. That's why I was about to check. Actually, no, we didn't. Well, this is the 1 minute. Let me go to the 5 minute. I'm just trying to see if I would have taken this trade. I don't know that I would have. I don't know that if I would have taken the Harami. If anything, I might have shorted off this 5-minute inversion. Although it does look like it was invalid. I don't know if I would have taken that Harami because I would have wanted us to sweep this high first. And we either had an SMT and we didn't have it here. Yeah, I don't know that I would have got that one. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20, right? Who knows? Real time, maybe we would have taken it. Maybe. They are high risk to reward. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes the risk to reward sucks. So if you do find one that's reasonable, it's typically worth taking. So yeah, I'm thinking about maybe using this little 15-second opening range for like some sort of like hyper scalping. What I mean is like maybe take like 10 minis and go for 8 ticks, maybe even 6 ticks. How much money is 10 minis, 6 ticks? Let me see how much that is. Because 10 minis, 1 point is what? $100? No, is that right? Yeah. So it's $150, I think. No, that's wrong, isn't it? No, it's $200. So 1 point would be $200. So 250. Yeah, it's 250. Maybe we'll try something like that with it. We'll see. We did tap into like the top side of this consolidation from earlier. You actually would kind of think that area might be some support. Been kind of a magnet, right? We zoom out, consolidation, breakout, consolidate, breakout, consolidate, breakout. It's not moving enough really to do anything. Well, Kevin, I'm talking about like with one account, with like, not with funded accounts, and not on a copy trader. You know, just kind of maybe like an eval play or something, or maybe a single funded account or something like that. Yeah, I'm not talking about something I would trust with anything other than that. Maybe a single funded account that you dedicate to that play. But you have to use a 2 or 3 point stop, right? A 2 or 3 point stop. So you have a tight stop. If you're going for 6 or 8 ticks, the idea would be have a tight stop, just like your take profit. So a 1-to-1. If you get 70% win rate or something like that, then it would make money. But those types of things you typically run in spurts, right? They'll work for a while and then not work. So but we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I saw it, Kevin. Nutty. Do I like Rinko bars? I like Rinko bars. I've never personally used them. So, orders being filled over there, US MSG. Fish Lips, what up? Trading levels 25 point. I saw that. I see that, Fish Lips. You post in the Discord quite often. Ugh. Yeah, everybody blows up sometimes, right? It's unfortunate that Nutty did today, last night, whatever it was. But he'll be back. I mean, he still has 14 accounts. Let's be honest. I mean, he has 14 accounts. That's still quite a bit to work with. So I think he'll be just fine. He will be just fine. That's still a lot of accounts. $50 stop, nice. Ringo Stars, I don't know anything about that one. You got your target set for VWAP, Zach? I mean, makes sense, right? It would kind of make sense. Yeah, I do see the uptrend if you zoom out. VWAP probably makes sense. I mean, if we just kind of fib. Yeah, VWAP's not even at 50% of the range, right? And we are holding this very tiny 15-minute gap to the left here. Very, very tiny. We're holding it so far. Right? Kind of filled this one, but you got this teeny one here. Teeny one tapped into the midpoint. Boom. Bounce back up. $1,900 micro points. Nice. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I don't have that ability just yet. We are kind of holding this inversion here to the left as well, so could kind of just watch that, I guess. And we're above yesterday's or earlier today's initial balance high, above the pivot. ES kind of hanging out in the same spot. Oh, you're walking Husk through it today? Nice. Did you hold his hand? You got to hold his hand. He's a little bit of an idiot. You know what I mean? Just like me. Got to hold his hand. We broke previous session high. Where's the low then? I mean, the low is going to be down here, though. Well, actually, that's not even... I don't know. I consider that the previous day low, even though it's... I know the overnight low is here. So, like, the London low. Still quite a ways down there, I guess. What? 170 points? 160? Guys, this is what I think CPI. What do you guys think? CPI probably... Whoop! And then... Whoop! The rage to the upside continues. Maybe dumpage for CPI and then continue up. I will say this. If we do not dump on CPI, then I think it's just probably upsies for the rest of the week. Just straight up. So I don't know. You would expect some sort of pullback correction for CPI. We could migrate closer to it overnight. We'll see. Husk did pretty good. Yeah, I was watching it too. I was in there, Amelia. I just wasn't saying nothing. You were keeping his pants up. 21,500 for CPI. Ooh, I don't know. I see. I've been watching the projections, and a lot of people are projecting this to be a weak CPI. So I don't know. So you think we're too bullish to get back down there? Might be there, Red Candle. I don't really know. I do think that we just continue higher. So any kind of like, violent pullbacks. I might play CPI differently tomorrow than I normally do. You guys know, normally I'll bracket above and below. Tomorrow I might wait for the first move and then fade it. So as soon as you get a wick, fade the opposite direction. We might do that. I'm going to try to pass some accounts tomorrow, though. Like, I got to take Profit Trader that I only need $500 to pass. So I'm going to try to get that taken care of tomorrow on CPI if I can. So funny, when I got home earlier, I thought it was cold in here. No, not on fundeds. No way. Yes, Trev. No way, not on fundeds. If I had like a TPT account that I felt like full porting, I might would do it, but I don't. I'll turn the fan on. Max thinks I'm getting up and doing something. Ugh. I'm just turning the fan on, bud. That's it. Just turning the fan on. Too hot in here. Max contract on all fundeds. That's what Patrick says he's doing. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll join into his stream and see. He claims he's going to be full porting CPI. I don't know. Small 10-minute Harami. Bullish. I don't even have a 10-minute chart on here. Let me see. Yeah, there is a bullish one there. It's about to get stopped, though, isn't it? Or why is that not moving? All right, I'll take it. 905 should be the target, it looks like. Stop. 92. Tight stop. I'll take 4 off. What did I say? 05? Yeah. Got it locked in. We'll see what happens. I was looking at the 10-minute chart. I'm like, is it even moving? Not really moving right now, huh? I mean, look at that. That looks like a big move. It's 7 points. Today, 15-minute initial balance hit both sides. I didn't look at the 15-minute at all today. I probably should have paid attention to it. I know there. I can put. I can have it automatically mark it out. I might do that. That way, I do pay more attention to it. I don't know. Do I go? I'm thinking of adding. I'm adding a little more size into this. It's only a 6-point stop. Yeah, why not? I'm actually going to go 20. And we will scale out of this a little bit. Let's see here. We'll go there. There we go. Something like that. For tomorrow, you got to watch that last massive fair value gap on the 2 hour from February 21st. All right, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, it's fine. It's not going to... It's an eval. MSG, when price hits the hedge pressure downward, 793. Pass slightly to move upwards of Faber, 90% A+ setups. Nice. Try to keep that in mind. It only filled me on 1 micro there. It filled 1 micro. All right, there's a few more. All right, we're down to 10 micros here. All right, I think we can lock some in. "10-minute Harami for the win," called out by the famous Treff. Look at her go. That was the call out by the famous Treff. If you guys didn't know him, he's in the chat right there. Shake his hand. Give him a little reach around. Something, I don't know. All right, after fees, we're up a massive $100. Quite a bit of fees trading these micros. To be fair, I was in 70 micros earlier at one point, so to be fair. You're no friend if you don't get the reach around. That's right. Got to give them the old reach around. Pine Tree full port. I was full port earlier, Pine Tree, 70 micros. We were just talking about it. Where's the 500 point drop? I don't know. The BBC candle takes the top exit. Yeah. Pine Tree, did you stream tonight? I didn't even get a chance to look earlier. Didn't get the chance to look. Pine Tree, did you take that 10-minute bullish Harami? If you didn't take that, then you're just a meatball. You didn't take that 10-minute Harami right there. You're just a meatball. At least that's what I've been told. You're just a meatball. Yeah, we did, David. Oh, you did? For a minute there, I thought I was in Stocksire stream with the 70 micros. Yeah. Order filled, order filled, order filled. Ding, 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 ding. If you guys could hear that. I don't have that turned on my side. I will tell you one thing about Stock Tiger stream that drives me bonkers is the Discord notifications. Every time that Discord notification goes off, I hate that. I mute that shit on my computer. I can't stand that noise. The Discord notification banging over and over and over. I can deal with the order field one. So, yeah, I turn that stuff off. I can't stand that. Hey, we made some profit. Woohoo! Feel sorry for your neighbors every night with the order field. It's just a bit too loud. Or, Nate, what you can do is when you get the trail stop going on Ninja, if you're using Ninja, you get the cash register machine. You know, when it trails, it's ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. You turn your speakers up super loud. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. If it hits VWAP, you're done for the day and tomorrow. Nice, Zach. People voted to have the order field on your stream. I don't have an order field, though. Mine just is the little whatever. Your shit's silent, yeah. Pine Tree, do you listen to anything else though while you're streaming? Because I do. Like I like listening to music. I like listening to other idiots live on the internet. So you know, can't play that stuff if you guys are hearing everything on my PC. I'm secretly following Pine Tree's trades. So, like, I got Pine Tree pulled up, too, following his trades. Every time he longs, I long. GeoGuessr, yeah. That's what Yoma used to do. He'd pull up GeoGuessr. All right, I got to run in here to the restroom right quick, guys, and handle some business. I'll be right back. Man, you guys were supposed to manage that trade for me. You were not supposed to let me get stopped out. Bearish Harami candle. Yeah, there is. I see it. That one's kind of tough to take. Take profits at 96. Oh, that is an inside bar. Yeah. 1 minute trend line bouncing coming? Maybe. We have a trend line here. A little short term 1 minute. We're 5 minutes kind of outside the macro here. Let's see. I do kind of feel like we bounce here. $100.20 in profit. Yeah, I mean, I'm bearish too, but overall, especially if we can close below this 15-minute gap here. BBC take the loot reversal next bar. Yeah. If we lose the 90 here, we got a little bit of room for a little flush down, but we got to get through that lower gap here for me to kind of turn completely bearish. I'm starting to get a little tired here. What time is it? 10:46. Yeah. I'm trying to hang in there until 11. I got to get up in the morning and trade CPI, so, you know, got to be up bright and early. Lost an XFA and 5 PAs. That sucks, Roa. That sucks. Yeah, today was tough. Like, if you weren't patient, and I know I wasn't patient like at the beginning of the day, it's one of those days where the market will take your money. There are days where it gives you the money easily. Today was not one of those days. Oh, you did Asia last night too? Dang. Last night, Asia was pretty much straight up, though. Not that difficult to trade, in my opinion, if you had the buys correct. At least until it turned back down, right? I mean, the previous day high was, in my opinion, pretty clear draw on liquidity. I had this marked out 935. I actually thought that we were going to hit 935 here in the morning. We went up to 893. We left that previous day high sitting up there. Of course, you can't see it here, but, you know. Of course, we can't see it. But yeah, I promise you that's where it was, 935. So I think it had a pretty clear draw on liquidity there for the Asia last night. Now, I think it did push up to like 970s, right? Nutty's bias was questionable. Yeah, I think he was looking for shorts. And then he said he finally switched along, and then it ripped lower. You hate it when you fit it. You fought it a little bit too, yeah. That 935 was pretty clear. I mean, I don't know. To me, it was pretty clear, but of course, I didn't trade last night, so in real time, I might have thought something else. Like right now, in real time, I 100% think that, you know, as crazy as it may sound, we're at 895, but 732, I think, is the draw on liquidity now. But I don't know. It may save this. It may not come back here. Or maybe too bullish. That's what I'm saying. If CPI doesn't sweep this, then it's just straight through the 22Ks. And maybe, you know, maybe all-time highs are on deck, right? Like, I don't know. That data's completely messed up. Yeah, I spoke to Yoma a couple of days ago. I had to check on him because he had disappeared for, a few weeks there. So I was like, yo, where you at, brother? Take a trade, you're down 300 on your funded. Yeah, maybe wait till tomorrow, Red. Kind of reset yourself. Probably be dead until London. I think so, too. All right, Trev, appreciate you. Yeah, I talked to him. He just said that, Pine Tree just said that he's going to have a little bit of a tough go at it and just, step back from the charts. YouTube candles. Sounds like a gunshot. Max didn't like it either. It was either a firework or a gunshot. I'm not quite sure which. I'm not outside, so. One or the other. All right, Max, that's good enough, bud. I heard it too. I don't think you heard it, Dad. I will bark so you know something made a noise. I did not like that shit. Oh, that's Max for you. Max is trying. I am a big dog now. Oh, my 2-year-old pee-peed in the potty today like 3 or 4 times. It's always good when they start, getting into the pee-peeing in the potty. Yeah, he's cute. He goes to the potty. He's got the little squatty potty that goes next to the big potty. He pees in it, and then he tries to pick it up and dumps it out. Tries to dump it into the toilet to flush it. And not very coordinated. He's spilling it on the floor. Like, good job, buddy. No, don't do that. So, all right, Robert, we'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, he's pretty young. I mean, he's only 2. His birthday was in March, so. My other boy didn't potty train until he was almost 3. Getting through potty training and you're almost there. Yeah, exactly. I know, Paul. The diapers, though. Oh, you have the same issue, Fish Lips? No, he's not catching the poop in his hand yet. I haven't taught him that one yet. Did I tell you guys the story about my older son, though, who's 16? He, when he was potty training, he was the first boy. And I didn't know that you're supposed to teach them to sit down, to potty train. So I taught him to stand up. And he said, I got a potty. So he takes his pull-up off and he runs into the bathroom. And I walk in behind him, just to, I don't know, just take a look or whatever, make sure he's good. And as he's standing there, a big turd just shoots out of his butt. He thought he had to pee, he had to poop. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe we should teach him to sit down. That's probably the best thing to do in that scenario. Just sit on the potty. So, he didn't catch it either, Yoji. He did not catch it. Darn him, what was he thinking? He should have called it. Yeah, no worries, MSG. Give you a little mental picture. And then today, or yesterday, I was talking to him about, we were at my sister's house. And, I got all kind of, like, embarrassing pictures of him, like, riding his toys around the house butt naked. When we were at Disney World, he just whipped out his wiener and peed in the middle of the parking lot. He asked to go to the bathroom. I think he was like 4. He asked to go to the bathroom because he said he had to pee. I guess we didn't get there in time, so he was just like, well, here's as good a place as any. They got no shame when you're that age if you're a boy. So yeah, he just whips it out in the middle of the parking lot and just pisses right there. And people are all like, oh my God, look at that boy. He's peeing right there. Like, yep. Yep, he is. Can't stop him now. You just got to let him finish. So that's what you do. So yeah, we'll save those stories for when he brings a young girl home and give him a little bit of maybe not even embarrassment. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be. Tough to do anything here, guys. I mean, this is barely moving. I think you're either going to get this close lower. All right. If this holds, even you can just use this 1 minute. If this 1 minute holds, you could long this, sweep of this wick, and go back up. Those are really the options. He'd fit in Chicago. We've been to Chicago. He's been to Chicago. We went last summer. And yeah. I didn't love Chicago because I was unable to carry my weapon with me because the gun carry laws are different there. They don't recognize the concealed carry permit that I have. So I couldn't carry my weapon with me. So I didn't really love Chicago. I felt naked. I felt naked. Some parts of Chicago were fine. You know, down around the stadium was fine. We went to the Cubs game. Wrigley Field. Which, by the way, Wrigley Field, they need to upgrade that place. I mean, like, the nostalgia of the field and everything is nice, but, like, the facilities, they need to update that. The bathrooms were, you know, I mean, you can't even say they were old. They were just, I don't know, it was just, I don't even know if they weren't clean or what the word is, but it needs an upgrade. At least some bathrooms and some new concessions and stuff like that. You keep the field area the same. That's nice. But the concessions and the bathrooms were left something to be desired, I guess. So, cheapo owners, yeah, it could be. Could be. We had a good time. I believe they played the Mets. I think they won. They won that game. And then we went to, did they still have the trophy? Yes, they did, Yoji. They did. And imagine, like, you know, 10, 11-year-old boys having to use a trophy urinal. You know, they're not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Like, oh, everybody's going to see my pecker? No, I don't think so. Now, if they were 2 or 4, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. They just whip it out. Oh, Albertsons Companies Incorporated undervalue to go higher. Both has upgrades and hold to buy. Interesting. Nice, Michael. But we went to Cleveland. We've been to Cleveland Stadium. We've been to Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, Tampa. So, where all we been? The boys have been to a few more places than me. I've been to Anaheim. They've not been to Anaheim, but they have been to Pittsburgh. They've been a few more spots than I've been. They just responded to your ticket from May 31st. What's today? June 10th. Nice. I like to message them early in the morning, Pine, like 8:30 a.m. Eastern. I usually get somebody right away on the chat. I don't know if Michael's a spammer, Amelia. I think he's just giving out information. Oh, look at this, guys. Top of the hour drama. Now, this is one of those spots where maybe, let's see how this closes. Because this is one of those, like I was talking about, like this very well could, if this holds here, this could rip back up. All right, I'm going to try it. Looks like it's going to hold, so I'm going to try it here. And a close below will be my exit point. Is it a liquidity grab to go higher? Or is this actually the move lower? We'll see. It's the curfew in LA now. Keep your stops. Amelia dropping the band hammer over there. Amelia, have a heart. Be sweet. Have a heart. Oh. Yeah, Pawn, I tend to agree. I may get stopped out here. We'll see. Banned by mistake, wood chip. Oh, he posts that stuff every stream. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Filled the 5-minute gap. Let me look. Did we close below? No close below. I don't know. I could be wrong. I feel like this holds here. Like I said, I could be wrong. Just got to retest the whole number there. That's it. No, Granny, no. I don't think I've ever blocked anybody. I give a couple of times, or maybe like one time out to, what was his name? Naz the Dragon. I think I timed him out when he made a lewd remark about my girlfriend, but yeah, other than that. So we are closing below the 1 minute, which kind of is a red flag here for the long, to be honest. But let's see how it plays out. I don't have enough haters, though, apparently. You got to get more. Patrick Whelan says that for every one hater, you need to get 5 more. So I'm not doing a good enough job. I need 5 more haters. All right, it's pretty clear we might be going down here. So I'm just going to try to work myself out of this trade by adding, of course. It could be the demise of this account. Order filled, that's right. For the stream, let's go. Rip it. For Nutty, rip it. I might should have killed it there, huh? What did that do? Did that enter me into a short? No, it took me out. Okay. I was like, what? So what is all this? All right, I don't know what all that is. Let's take that off. All right, I had worked myself out of it, and then I didn't get out. I suppose I could still just close it here. Yep, let's do that. Let's just do that. I don't know what I did there. Yeah, I'm on late Alito. We're about to get off. We're kind of messing around a little bit here. Double bottom, rip back up. I don't know. You're on a cruise? Let's go. Where you at, Alito? Let everybody know. Where you at? Let me guess. You're inside a Wendy's dumpster pretending to be on a cruise. Oh. Bermuda. He's going to get lost, guys. He's in the triangle. He's in the Iron Triangle. The Bermuda Iron Triangle. Yeah, Pine Tree. I usually stay up late anyway. It's just usually like in the bed, like on my phone. You know how it is. I'm getting a little delirium over here. A little delirium. Binary Options Trading 360. Welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. 21882 down. Possible. Take scalp up. 882. Yeah, no worries. Appreciate you being here. Family's first trip since 2019. Nice. Have fun. That's awesome, Alito. A lot of fun. I love cruises. Why did Alito tell me to sell my position there, or was that Pine Tree? Which one of you guys told me to sell my position? Gosh. Yeah, I like cruises. I've been on a couple. They're fun. I actually want to go on another one. What would June do? He'd go long, for sure. He'd step down as CEO, COO, CFO. Michael told me to sell. May have. Michael, are you a spammer? Are you a spammer? Michael, are you in fact using my codes to buy your evals with? Lifetime was on a cruise, not married, no child. Fast forward, pandemic, bleep, everything's changed. Yeah. Alito, have you talked to the rat lately? What's the rat been up to? I know he's working that 9 to 5, right? If I'm not mistaken. Blame the people here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You blame everybody, Owlboy. It's your fault. I would have held if I would have been in the front of the screen by myself. But I didn't want to take a loss in front of you guys. I didn't want to do it. You're talking about KR and ACI and trying to understand the dip. See, I knew Michael wasn't a scammer. I knew Michael's in here more than, he's made more comments than just that in the past. See, I already knew. I knew. You haven't looked at a chart in 2019, everything changed since 2020? Yeah. I knew that I had had conversations with Michael before. Rat's working and he trades for like 5 to 20 minutes on Globex. Oof. Oof. Oofka. Oofka. Yeah, I need to send him a message. I wanted to get him in the redneck brawl. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. You guys know what I'm talking about? What is it called? The redneck rumble? I wanted to put him in there and yeah, this here. I want to get him in there. Redneck brawl. Sure, they'll be coming to a city near him soon. Can you see Rat Lord on there? Yes, my name's Rat Lord, and tonight I'm gonna kick some ass. Yeah, let's do it. That completely doesn't sound like Rat Lord at all, but you know, it's for fun. Lil Smokey. Rat Lord, wouldn't you have to change his name? Rat Lord takes on Little Smokey. Lil Smokey. Rat Lord takes on Big Tobacco. That's these guys' name, look. Little Smokey knocks out Big Tobacco. Rat Lord gets crushed by Big Tobacco. He already has a good name. Oh, I don't know. Design easy. Hodling, maybe from the top or from the bottom. You never know. So, yeah, 5 years is a long time not to take a vacation. I love vacations. I mean, who doesn't, right? They are expensive, but I like little weekend trips. So if we win this leg of the tournament, we go to Savannah from the 24th to the 28th to take on play the next leg of the All-Star tournament. So that'll be a nice little vacation if we can make it. If we can win this portion of the bracket, we'll be there. "21 Redneck Fights." Dave Portnoy and Deion Sanders were commentary. Interesting. That's an interesting, whatever. Now, it's 14U baseball, Owlboy. I'm the head coach. We went 9-0 in the regular season, and we are the start of the All-Star tournament here. No, I think he was just kind of goofing around, Michael. Ely, though, it's been kind of tough to trade. But, managing, I'm up like $27 on each account through 2 days. What up, Takamura? Yeah, that V-shaped Delito was nice. I did take that. I took that over here. This right here. This V-shaped here. This one. I missed this one. But I did take this one. The close above ended up being the temporary low of the day there. Nice little 100-point ripper. Now, I only took 10 points. So, as we do. So, what do we say? We said earlier we had two options. Close below both, go lower. Right? Or sweep the liquidity and go higher. Which one does it like it chose? Sweep liquidity, go higher. Now, we are approaching this little short-term kind of 1 minute trend line there. We got to break out of that. Now, if you get one more or two more touches of this trend line before breaking this, then you're probably going to get a big candle through there. So if we get another one of kind of like this, and then another one of these, then that next one, you're probably going to have a nice big candle and just pop through there. Yeah, she still streams on Twitch, Owlboy. She's probably live right now. Your 6 minis long? No, Takamura. Wait for it. Don't do it. I don't know if she's live right now. Let me see. Let's see if she's live. I don't even remember her. What is her channel name? I know what it used to be, but she changed it, I think. What did she change it to? I can't remember. I don't remember the name of her channel. Sad as it is, I don't remember. I should teach her trading. She has no interest in trading. No interest. Suvi, there it is. The name of her channel used to be Little Miss Crazy. So now she changed it to Suvi. But she streams about twice a week on YouTube, I think. Yeah, so just 3 days ago. She has one of these little things. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what that thing's called. Who knows? I don't know what that is. But yeah, she's on YouTube, and then she's also on Twitch. Same name. That's my daughter, Coach Fred. She likes to play video games. She's been streaming for about... She's just turned 21, so she's been streaming for about 4 years. Yeah, right around 4 years. A bone hitting it caused a lot of pain, and a heart doctor doing tests on your heart. Oh, dang. That sucks, Anthony. Michael, sorry to hear that. Hopefully get all that fixed. So, yeah, but she didn't really have any interest in trading. Now, her boyfriend, he does, but... You know, you didn't really have the time to put into... I think most people think it's like an overnight thing. And I mean, I'm not even that great at it right now, right? So it's definitely not an overnight thing, as we all know. But people outside the biz, they don't know that. They think it's like, oh, you just press buttons and make money. It's not quite that simple. Yes, theoretically it's that simple, but it's not. Oh, you have an enlarged heart? I was told earlier tonight, Michael, that I have a cold heart. A warm body and a cold heart. But I don't know. I mean, I know that can be a bad thing, but also it can be kind of like normal and controllable, if you will. I mean, I think that, you know, it could go either way. But hopefully it's all good for you and everything works out. You never know, right? You never know. Oh, you guys tried the new blizzards from Dairy Queen? Yeah, she did. Oh, boy. She said I have a warm body and a cold heart. Christopher Oliveira, welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. She did. She was joking, of course. Amelia has a cold heart too. Now Amelia feels bad. She feels bad now. Well, she probably doesn't. Mine is definitely cold and black. Uh-oh. Oh, look at this dump, guys. Uh-oh, I'm getting a message now. She's listening. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. She said, don't be over there trying to make me look bad. Did a stress test last week, taking pictures of it, and went there to get clear. Yeah, my mom does the little stress test things all the time. They tell her she has heart issues quite often. But I mean, at this, I don't know how old you are, Michael, but at her age, not much she can do about it, right? I'm getting messages over here, guys. You're getting me in trouble. Making me tell these stories. I thought she was asleep. Here, let me tell her good night. Maybe she'll go to sleep, all right? Hold on. I don't know, guys. Is this a... do I short here? I don't know. We have equal lows here. Still early for a 21-year-old? Who's 21, Amelia? Are you 21? Or are you trying to say my girlfriend's 21? Pine has a warm heart? I don't know. Oh, you're 69. Dang. Yeah, I think... How old's my mom? 59. She's born in 59. I think she's 65. 59, 25. I think she's 65. Uh-oh, Mavi's awake too. He had a late nap, so he's wide awake. Oh, my daughter. Oh, yeah. I was even thinking, I was like, what is she talking about? You didn't go to sleep before midnight until I was in my 30s? Not me. I've always been a sleeper. Your grandpa used to refer to my grandma as the War Department. Now I get what he meant. You were born in 56. Okay, nice. So it's kind of doing exactly what we were thinking it was going to do there, right? I would have liked it to sweep this low one more time, to be honest. But this low is actually protected. So that makes that a bad target. But this one is not. This one? No. Well, you're just getting started there, Michael. Just getting started. My friend Stuart was born in 65. 65. This is Nasdaq, Michael. All right, appreciate you, Alito. Have fun on your cruise, man. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Soak it all in. Good old cruise. All right, guys. I said I would stay until 11. It's 11:20. We might call it here. Up $16.90. Or do we full port one more time? You went on and was sick for 3 days. Yeah, I got a little sick on there too, Michael. I took some Dramamine. But yeah, I could see why you could get sick on them. I mean, they, you know. Trade the 22 range chart with VWAP, standard deviations. It's bounced off the -1. That sounds like a trades by Matt setup. Isn't that what he trades? 22 range chart with VWAP and deviations? I think that's what he trades. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it sure is, yeah. I knew that's kind of what I like watching his recaps. I see like a lot of times he switches over to that 22 range chart. I don't trade like him. I do like the initial balance play. I do use that occasionally. You know, what up, Timbo? I am convinced Timbo is up like 24 hours a day, though. Timbo is always here. He's always awake. I see him all over the place. I see him everywhere. Timbo says, I never sleep. Oh. Not knocking it, Timbo. I like it. Charts are open 24/7 over here. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. If we break this trend line, guys, I'm probably going to full port. Yeah, we got a little bit of room there. Maybe I should be getting in right now, but we could reject that trend line, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Port report time? Port report? Let me eyeball this other chart right quick before we do something of the sorts. Just to make sure. Oh, we are indeed. 902 resistance. Do we short or do we port full long? What do you guys think? Full port, long or short? If we're at the trend line, we don't know when it's going to break. So short might make more sense, huh? Maybe. Oh, I'm starting to get tired. I can feel it. All right, I heard somebody in the back say long. Did one of you guys say long? There probably was a 30-second something down here. Bearish Harami. You're long 896. Well, that's quite a ways down there. All right, touching the trend line. Hopefully it doesn't reject the trend line now. We're in 40, so not quite full port, but I had to jinx it. I had to. Go, 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 go. Come on. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Oh no. We only got out of like 15 of them. Let's lock in some of this 2-3 point profits. There we go. That's good enough. Down to 2 micros. How's it come that close to me and not take me out right there? I mean, that was like one tick away. One tick away. Aren't we on a bear flag? I mean, maybe, Eswara. Sort of. Kinda. Does anyone know anything about Sown? No, I don't. Very rude there. Very rude. I do think it rips up, though, maybe at the 11:30 candle. So we'll give it 2 more minutes here. Maybe we add back into it. Is that asking for trouble? To add back into it? That was very rude. How you going to do that to me, market? How you just going to do that to me? And I may just add back into this. 1 tick. It probably would have had to go up more than 1 tick anyway to fill me there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Yeah, I know I only went 40, OG. I should have went 70. All right, here's the 11:30 candle. New 15, new 5. All right, I can't go any more than that, Yoji. Now, are you happy? Let's pull some of these down. Oh. I have those below the entry. What am I doing? I didn't need to pull him down that far. Oh. Go! Don't you even dare. Get it up there. Blast. They only close for 1 hour, the futures. Yoji, that's rude. Very rude, sir. We're in 54 right now. Paying these fees like crazy for no reason. Oh, you got in first? All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now I'm in 59, 64, 69. All right, let's go 1. Now we're full port. Can we get a 5-minute doji print? No! No! I mean, yeah, sure, after we run the 908, it's fine. This, my friends, is what is called playing with fire. But not when you are very methodical. I'm going to go ahead and scale some out here. Let's grab some of these bigger ones and get out of them. Still in pretty heavy here. Dropping the stop. Did it stop me out? Yeah, I think it did. All right, that's a lot of messing around for no reason. We got $436, so we're up $158. We're almost $300 in fees from doing these full ports on these micros. That's crazy. I do think I'm going to go ahead and call it there, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Probably try to trade CPI if I can wake up on time. If not, we'll definitely be here for the New York Open. So if you want to help support the channel, all the links and codes are down below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.